Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Vince McSham with you here. It is a late night, early morning, however you want to look at it. Made the mistake of taking a nap that went a little bit too long, so now I'm all messed up. But I thought this would be something cool. I just stumbled across it. It was the easiest time I ever had installing and running one of these games. This is called the AKI Evolution. It's a pretty simple game in the sense that it's not a deep roster, but the guys they have on the roster have a lot of alternate attires and things like that. I haven't even looked at it in action yet, so let's jump into that right now. Very few options. A lot of these are going to be grayed out. So we'll go ahead and watch. And your arena, you only have the one arena, the AKI Evolution arena. Although the guy who posted the video that I found this in found a way to basically change JPEG files out and created his own arena, which I might do that later separately. But for right now, this is what we're looking at. It is a very quick load, very quick, tutorial, and it works. Like I said, if it works on me, it'll work on anybody. Let me see. Everything else is here. Escape is off. Pin submissions are on. Again, this is what I wish I had in these other games, to turn off the escape option in the steel cage. Pin submission, TKO, we're going to say yes to that. Rope break is no. Weapons are on. Blood is on. Intros are on. All right, so taking a look again, it's a pretty basic roster, and don't worry about the spelling error here in Steve Austin's name. It's only on that one model, but we'll get to that in a moment. But as we go through, some of these guys have up to 30, 30 roster spots. It's a lot. If you're in the comments there, just chill out, and I'll be with you in a minute. I can't see them at the moment. But once I start the match up, then I can pop them over and take a look at what's going on. That's up to 19 so far. There he is with his shirt. My God. They literally didn't miss a trick on this. So, again, it's not a deep roster, Rocky Maivia, but whoever you got in the game that you like, you're going to have every possible moment of their career. Now, I can tell you Austin goes pretty deep also. He's about 30. So we'll just kind of scroll through these things. And we're only halfway there. Every t-shirt he's ever had or worn, I think, is in this. Got the camo shorts. Now we're at the Ringmaster. Another Ringmaster. ECW. And again, the ECW when he did the mock-up of Hulkamania. Dragon Slayer from WCW. Hollywood Blondes, although there's no Brian Pillman, sadly, in this game. Another version of that. The only thing they don't have is his WCCW look. That's the only thing that's not there for him, but that's a lot. I thought Cena was going to be about as bad, but actually not. They didn't go through all the shirts with Cena, so you got the different jorts. And then we get into Prototype and early Thugonomics. And that's about it for Cena. That was still, what, 17? Triple H. I like the way this evolves because right now here he is in more modern day, and then as we move through, you see his hair growing back. So let's go ahead and do that. Look at that, as if by magic. These models look really good. Solid texture work. From what I've seen in gameplay, I haven't actually done it yet, but from what I've seen, also looking pretty smooth. The shorts. Don't know if they have actual theme music or if it's AKI sound effects kind of stuff. We'll find that out in just a couple of minutes here. 23 so far. Yeah, there's old school right there. That was the click incident, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe that was, I don't know. One of them with the Triple H thing on it, I think was. Yeah, I think that might be the last pair there. Nope, he's got another one. And yet another. Oh, here we go with Hunter Hurst Helmsley. And then we're back to one. Eddie Guerrero, haven't even looked yet. Let's see how many he's got. Actually, let's go this way so we know what we're in for. Okay. ECW, and this was actually one of my all-time favorite attires of his, so I'm glad that's in there. Same with short hair. Did this in WCW and ECW. Boy, these really look great. Solid texture work. Again, the roster's not deep. It's only going to go one more tab over. But what's there is clean. Latino Heat. Yeah, these look so good. These are right up there with the WWF legends. Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels, 37. Good Lord Almighty. Let's move along here. Rockers. Early HBK. Back when Diesel was the bodyguard. I have this exact attire on one of the action figures from Jax, and was always one of my favorite Shawn Michaels figures. I thought they did a really good job on that one. And I like the attire. These are all looking really good, though. I think that one with the white and the gold would have been the WrestleMania Undertaker attire. Got our DX. Oh, yeah, the NWO. Forgot all about that moment. Didn't last long. Here we got the denim. I do not have any recollection of that. Oh, man, I forgot about that. There we go. The chaps. Actually, that might have been the Undertaker outfit. I don't know. I know he had the white and gold look for that one. is. That's it. There's Shawn Michaels. That's a lot. Andre, not so many. Just 4. With the big hair and the gold, the big hair and the blue, and the red, and then the singlet. Nature Boy! Ric Flair. Only got 11 compared to everybody else. All right. Well, then again, Flair was pretty basic in his wrestling gear. Got the words Nature Boy on that one versus the RF, which is more standard, but he did do the Nature Boy written out, so it's nice that it's there. Then you have the shorter hair version from WCW. So it gives you a little something to work with. I think this is more modern day where he's older. Can we zoom? Cameraman, zoom. Looks like they even might have a different face on him there. Let's see if I'm right. Yeah, it looks like a different face for the older version. Man, again, these guys did a phenomenal job. Undertaker, how many did he get? Only 4. 4? What? No love for the Taker. American Badass. All right, Sting. As you can tell, this is a mashup of different promotions. Only 4 for Sting. So you got your Beach Sting, Surfer Sting, whatever you want to call him, Great American Bash Sting, NWO Red and Black, and then, of course, the standard Goldberg. I'm going to guess 3. 4, okay. Got him with the Harley jacket. What I call the Oreo shorts. Yeah, pretty basic there. Sabu, just to give us a little taste of the ECW. Only gets 4 tires as well, but that sounds about right. So we got the green, the orange, the purple, and the gold. Get ready, boys and girls. Somebody here liked CM Punk 40 attires. Going all the way back. Look at this attire. I actually recall seeing matches. Well, I wasn't watching him back then, but I've seen matches of him in small promotions wearing this stuff. So let's zoom through these a little bit. And you'll even notice like the tattoos aren't complete tattoos because he didn't have them back at this point. Now we're moving into like the WWE ECW run. Got chest hair all of a sudden. The mask after he had his head shaved by the Big Show. That was such a good run, those two. The Macho Man tribute, and now he's got the chest tattoo. The pipe bomb. This was probably one of my favorite attires of his. I like the color scheme. I like this one too, though, with the pinstripes. I was kind of surprised he did it. Being a Chicago guy, I wouldn't think he would go with New York Yankees logo type stuff, but he did. If I'm not mistaken, this game came out about 2 years ago. And last but not least, Hulk Hogan. I said it was going to be a short roster. And Hogan only gets 4. Kind of surprising. I'd almost want to see if they were going to be the ones to put that helmet on him with the fist. Nobody's done that. But look what we did get. Mr. freaking America. First person to done that. NWO. And Hulk Hogan towards the end. So that's what we got. We will select Mr. America, and he will go up against Goldberg. Nope. We'll go with Sabu. And I'll try and get a hold of these comments here and see what I'm missing. Big JH in the house. Corey Andrews is here. Chicago White Sox wear pinstripes? No, I don't. Oh, you know what? I didn't even think about that. Well, I haven't watched a baseball game in probably 20 years, so what would I know? The maniacal Sabu as he goes right through the steel cage. Bell sounds, action's underway, and here we go. I don't imagine I'm going to be streaming this one a whole lot, but I found it. Seemed kind of cool. Figure we'd give it a run, see what it looks like. Kick the tires. Runs him head first into the steel cage. I do want to see about changing out the arena a little bit if I can figure it out. This other guy did. A lot of stalling in this one. Kind of awkwardly, no less. I'm not sure which, or maybe one of you guys figured out which game this is based off of. I'd be a little surprised if it's Here Come, or No Mercy rather. Could it be another one coming off of WrestleMania 2000? I'm not sure what the base game is, but it's just weird that the logic is so much different than every other steel cage I've played so far. Well, the action's starting. No, I was about to say the action's starting to pick up. All these little pause downs, though, I've not seen that happen before. Unless they just went in and monkeyed around with the logic or something. Get a kick out of that run into the steel cage, though. That's something they need to put into the 2K series. I would say they should put it into the AEW game as well, but they don't have a steel cage, so what's it matter? Yeah, indeed. Only extreme guys go right through the cage. Sabu's trying to make Mr. America extreme. I'll say this, I'm really happy that the steel cage on the hard camera side is visible. That's always been a pet peeve of mine. I know it's a little tough to see the wrestlers through it, but that's all right. It's the same way in real wrestling when they televise it. It's part of the aura of the match. And this cage is not 40 feet tall either, so it makes me start to think this must be WrestleMania 2000. Sabu trying to get out. Different sound effects, too, on the rattling of the cage. Mr. America moving all around, trying to shake him down, and he does, and Sabu takes the ST plunge.
What you gonna do, brother?
Guess we answered that question pretty quick. And again. I'm not sure why it is. I like to always go to straight steel cage matches in a new game that I pick up just to see what they look like. Back in the day, the cage match really meant something. Think back to Flair and Dusty in a cage. That didn't happen all the time, but when it did, it was always special. Snook and Morocco in the cage. Hogan and Morocco in a cage. Who's ever going to forget Hogan and Orndorff in the cage? The most legitimate tie we'll ever see in wrestling. I mean, the way they timed that thing was so spot on. It was great. But you also knew that once the steel cage match came around, this is it. Winner takes all. Nowadays, could be the third match they have, and then they'll have another match next week. Is it my imagination, or is Mr. America getting his ass whooped? Oh, that would have been cool if Sabu would have kept running right into the cage. We got some 2K chicanery going on here. These little stare downs, I'm not sure what's going on with that. Maybe the setting. I didn't change the setting, but maybe it was set for easy, and that's possibly why. I don't know. And now Mr. America running Sabu into the cage. Thought he was going to follow up with that clothesline, but it didn't happen. Mr. America going up. I thought I turned that off, though, escaping. Scotty T, what's up, buddy? Glad to have you, man. You'd be surprised how many people watch my stuff while they're at work. I get that a lot. I don't care where you watch. Just don't get fired. As long as you're watching. Glad to have you here, though. I'm going to guess we have a big time difference Are you in the UK or Australia? When I read the word mate, I know it could be either or. Boy, they no-sell that steel cage pretty badly. Then they just get up and stare each other down. Heads ahead. Look at him no-selling that thing. Shades of Bruiser Brody. Based on the simplicity of this game, I really don't think there are any hidden wrestlers to be had. And by the way, on the subject of that WCW Saturday night, couldn't find Dusty Rhodes and all that, there is a 9th page. It is locked away. And with, of course, the help of Jay Wiley, we've got him unlocked now. So Dusty Rhodes is on that page along with Colonel Parker, the Assassin, Medusa, Larry Zbyszko, and I believe Harley Race, Dragon Fujinami, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, he blocked it and then returned with one of his own. Nice. Haven't seen that done yet. Mr. America, do something.
Finish him.
Yeah, and I was leaning towards Australia. I could hear it in the accent, in the way you wrote it. 4:30 p.m. down under. I'm glad you're liking it. A lot of people seem to like it. I'm enjoying it. It's got so many memories attached to all that. Mr. America trying to get up, and I thought I took that away. I thought it was supposed to be pinfall or submission only. Because I hate this. The fighting to get over the cage never seems to end. They don't stay down long enough. Oh, shit. Moonsault. Nicely done. First real Sabu-like offense we've seen in this match. Yeah, you won't be disappointed. This one here is the easiest one of the bunch. I mean, you can download this thing. There's a link in the description box down below to the video that I found. And in his video, there's a link to download the ROM. And then from there, you just follow his instructions. But it really was that simple. I mean, I was up and running in about 7 minutes. And then we've posted our video on how to get the WCW game to work. So if you follow that, you should have no problem. And then tomorrow, I think we're going to try and put one together for the WWF and the steps to follow on that. Because I don't even really know what I did to get that going because I was following Dre's instructions. So Mr. America might be bleeding through that mask. I don't think either of these idiots has even tried a pinfall. We also have TKO, I think, turned on. I was just going to say, I thought he was going to go for the clutch, and he does. Will he tap? No. I would also recommend you get an N64 USB controller. I think it just makes life easier. And they're pretty inexpensive. Mapping this one is a little bit different because it doesn't actually have the controller on the screen like all the other ones did. So you have to really kind of read what it is you're mapping out, because if you accidentally map something like instead of the D-pad, because it doesn't say D-pad, but if you were to accidentally put something else in there and, oh, that's not the right button, now you have to reset the whole thing and do it all over again. You can't just change out the incorrect button like you could on the other games. Sabu trying to make it to the top in a match that I'm pretty sure I said you can't go over. And I'm not even sure if there was a time limit set for this thing, but I'm going to let it go a max of 30 minutes. Actually, might go 20, because if the over the top is still there, then we're going to be here forever. That's my one knock on the AKI games. Oh, that's what we're all here for, because I wouldn't have a clue either if it weren't for people helping me out. Like I said, between Jay Wiley and Dre 41, I would never even got to the point. Like, this one was pretty simple. Part of the reason it was simple, I guess, is the fact that this guy's tutorial is right on. But at the same time, having messed around now with 3 other games, you start to pick up little bits and pieces, even if you're not a tech-savvy guy. I used to be way back in the day, but it's all changed. But there's still a certain logic to computers in general, Windows programs, things like that, where you can kind of follow along. Killshot is in the house. What's up, Matt? Ricky Curon is here as well. You're not talking about the Braun and Hulk Hogan. Yeah, that was one wild-ass head scissor right there. Irish whip to the ropes, back out front. There's the springboard. Nicely done. That looked good. Now escape. Nope, never mind. Gotta pick him up. Ooh, reverses the arm wrench. And America with a big elbow drop. America. Once again, go up. Both men look exhausted. I'm becoming exhausted. Runs him head first into the steel. Goes for the cover.
2, 3.
Gets the victory. All right, so the pinfall was there. In that case, we were all good. Sabu running Mr. America head first into the cage. Look at his head snap back. And after that, it was all academic, as they say. I was hoping we get another camera angle. Ricky's a happy camper. Well, that's it, boys and girls. That's the AKI Evolution in a nutshell. Oh, yeah, it was on beginner, so that might be why all those stare downs. I think if we had just put it up there a little bit more, they probably would have had more activity. The attitude meter, okay, yeah, is on. Replay is on. Camera's on. Music is on. Background, I would say normal on background. And there's your decision. Wonder if it'll save it. Guess we'll know the next time. All right. Well, like I said, if you look at the description box down below, you'll see a link to the video that I found that introduced me to this game. So go ahead and check that out if you want. And then from there, download the file and just do what the man says, and you should be up and running in less than 10 minutes. If there's anything I can do to help you out, of course, just let me know. In the meantime, I'm going to try and get with Jay Wiley maybe tomorrow and see if we can't come up with a WWF install video to help people out. Have a great rest of your night for you late owls that are up there with me. Or, if you're in Australia, happy afternoon to you, mate. All right, take care, guys. I'll be back with more in the near future. Till then, so long from ringside.